The discount response strategy, how sometimes offering discounts can lead you towards appointment success. Hi guys, my name's Deepak Shukla, founder at Pearl Lemon Sales. We're a sales training and development agency based in the UK as well as the USA and serving clients worldwide. And here today in day number 61 of 119 days of cold calling training, we're here to talk about the discount response strategy. But before we get into it, feel free to click the link below to get access to an additional 17 strategies that are not shared in this training. So fundamentally, the discount response strategy is all centered around what you know going in that your wiggle room is in terms of discounts that you can offer. So often on a cold call, you, for example, will be given a baseline price by a company in terms of what they would ideally like to be the bottom end. But what happens, and that might be your own business, it might be a client that you're working for, but what really happens is that every business does one-off deals where there's actually a true lower entry price. You don't want to, of course, go with that entry price, but number one, you want to be aware of what that entry price is. So, for example, the price that we give to everybody is, look, don't sell anything for less than £1,000, but there would be exceptions for probably reasons that I need to judge case by case, where maybe £797 I would accept. So that's a 20% discount upon £1,000 if you think about it. Now, when do those circumstances apply? It doesn't really matter in the instances of the cold call. It's just being aware of what the true bottom is. So that's the first thing to know with the discount response strategy. The next thing to know with the discount response strategy is that you should really go in to any call with the mindset that if someone says, look, our bottom line is 997, you in your mind should think, okay, the bottom line or the bottom ultimate price is £2,000. Because if you psychologically start from a place where there's the £2,000, so in this case it's double what the bottom line is, then you can really knowingly offer discounts. And even though you could offer discounts that go in excess of that, in excess of, for example, 20% off 2,000, which would make £600 still more than the accepted bottom line, and even further than the 897 or 797 as an example. It's about what is communicated to a prospect in terms of your assuredness and the reality as to whether this is the true discount that you can offer. Because if you are able to just drum a slightly higher price into your mind when you execute the discount response strategy, it's just going to sound that much more convincing. Okay, and it's when someone says, look, this is too expensive, or I don't know if I can afford this, or I'm not really sure. Now, I'm not really sure, by the way, isn't it's not the time to introduce a discount response. It's really when you're negotiating about money that you want to ultimately then consider the discount. Okay, if there's some kind of sticking points around pricing, that's a dollar, that's a pound coin. If there's some sticking around the price point, that means that you need to slightly discount this. That's when you want to be discussing money. If there's other objections, don't mention money. And even if, to be honest with you, if money is mentioned, don't just fall into the discount response strategy. First, execute the it's too expensive objection handle to understand what's happening first of all. Now, if it does come to a matter of money, then discount responses can be levied in different ways. So you can have a prospect think. You could look at a couple of strategies. So just going in knowing that, do we do payment plans? If push came to shove, would we do it? And that's the interesting thing, that push comes to shove, companies will do all kinds of things for the right deal. Okay, especially small businesses where there's less governance and structure. And in our business, there's a direct line between myself and our, for example, 10, 20 sales reps. By the time that grows to, there's less of a direct line than there used to be. There's a buffer. Okay, so if we imagine that this is, a person now, and then behind that there's some engagement. So then there's the rest of the team. I still get some conversations in here, but less than I used to. But fundamentally, when there's less governance, there's more flexibility. And in terms of discounts, you can offer discounts by means of an accelerated payment structure. If you pay today, I can discount X. If you pay within a week, I can discount Y. So they're two examples. you could split payments up as an example. Now, if we're, and you can, try and equate the cost to, for example, the price over a daily basis. But fundamentally, if someone says that I can't afford it, you can ask, what could you afford? Or if I was able to organize a discount, then would that potentially work for you? Frank, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Pause. If I was able to organize something of a discount, could that perhaps change the nature of our conversation? But before I go back to our MD, Frank, I need you to level with me. If we get the discount, would it be a yes? Like, would you, because I need to fight for you, but in order to be able to fight for you, I need to also bring this home. Otherwise, the governor's going to think that I'm a bit of an idiot. So guys, can you see how you can use discount responses as leverage, but also calling in the realities of the social contract that, if you ask me to get a discount, are you able then to actually execute and purchase? So asking questions like that bundled within the discount response is really going to help make the actual discounts that you offer much more effective. So you should always use the ploy of, if I fight for you, if I go back to the team with this, if I was able to negotiate this, I know there's going to be some strong conversations I have. Have I got your word? Man to man, one salesperson to a salesperson. Do I, is it that, they say honor is dead, but I trust people upon their word after everything's said and done. Will we get this over the line? And if yes, and you should hear a yes to that. Or if you hear any level of uncertainty, then it's not the real objection. There's a different objection. It could be that they're embarrassed, but normally if people are asking for a discount, feeling afraid isn't the right question. Feeling afraid isn't really the problem that they have, but they might, have other objections or challenges that maybe even they're not consciously aware of, that they're not able to articulate, which you need to, through digging, investigate. Okay. But certainly if someone says, can I have a discount? They're likely being direct. And then it's a case of saying, let me go back. I'll fight for you. There's also other options as well in terms of discounts. How much is it that you could offer? And then also if you can combine a discount with a payment plan. So I hope you take my points, guys, that when you know exactly what you can negotiate and go to the table with, if you're able to break down the math in accordance with a payment over how much it works out daily, monthly, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, and then annually, that's going to be useful from a numbers perspective, just so you can spin those numbers out. And then, of course, asking, what kind of discount would make this work for them, as well as asking, are you really going to do this? If I push for this internally, should see you enough towards success. So there you have it, guys, the discount response strategy.
Remember, we've got 17 gated strategies just waiting for you. All you need to do is bing, subscribe, as well as click the link in the description below to get access to those 17. Get some.